introduced one of our formula. We call it Joy Gout Protect. If you're active, if you do a lot of sport, if you do a lot of running, walking, and just simply you had to do a general activity daily, so you need to protect those joints. And when I say joint, there's a lot of joint in the body. As you know, we have around 206 bones in the body. And all the bones, they need to be connected together. Once they need to connect together, you know what connect them? Ligament, tendons. All the ligament, tendon connect the bones together. One they have connect together has some sort of lubricant, right? If they don't have enough lubricant, the joint can't move. So when you do a lot of activity, for example, you run a marathon, athlete, and then you use a lot of those joints, so the lubricant went down. Number one. Number two, you use so much wear and tear process coming in. So to protect the wear and tear process, you need to take this formula. And you may ask me, there's a lot of formula there on the market for joint, right? You heard a lot of them. Glucosamine, MSM, congrucine. So you all have that in different market. But what unique and different about our formula? This formula not only we have ingredient we call it tonic to help your joint, which is your normal glucosamine, MSM, congrucine to rebuild the tendon, the ligament. But we also have another group of natural herbs to help you from what? The number one enemy of the joint is arthritis. Arthritis actually is the biggest number right now in the U.S. We talk about 67 million in U.S. According to CDC. So with arthritis, what can you do besides you have to take pain med? And what your doctor will tell you, okay, your pain med don't work, more exercise. But the problem is when you do more exercise, you're gonna be more wear and tear in the process. So when the joint is inflammation, you cannot do a lot of activity. It restrains you from activity. But when you are not having enough activity, what happens? The side effect of it. Number one, the simplest thing is you increase your weight because you're not mobile enough. But when you increase weight, it has heart risk. They're coming down to a diabetes risk, obesity risk, blah, 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 so and so on. So technically, this formula, what we do, besides we have to nourish your joint, protect your joint from the daily use, but we also have herb for your arthritis. And in all, when you talk about arthritis, there's so many different forms, right? You have from OA, you have rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis. But I want to focus is one type of arthritis we call is metabolic arthritis. It sounds strange to you, right? What do you mean metabolic arthritis? What I meant is a common term what you are referred to is gout. I know if some of you guys, if you already suffer from gout, you know it's such a very, very painful process. So what is gout? Gout is something that we call a metabolic arthritis, which is when we eat protein, right? Protein, what's it protein? All kind of meat. Even our tofu have protein, our fish have protein. So when you eat protein, the byproduct of protein is uric acid. The purine, they convert to uric acid. But the body cannot take the uric acid out to the body. What happens? It deposits back into the joint. And then usually, you know, the big toe is the first joint, usually all the uric acid deposit in there. Once you have the uric acid deposit in your joint, number one is inflammation. It's painful. It's so painful because the uric acid is like a needle. It's poking your joint, so it's very painful. Some of my patients, they can't even move. I have patients that once they have gout, they stay on the first floor. They can't even go upstairs to go to the bed to go sleep because it's such painful. They have to take off from work. So gout is something that's serious. So we have formula in here besides to help the pain, but help the body metabolize protein. So in this formula we have a couple active ingredients help the body to metabolize the protein or purine is better. So you can, number one, you enjoy what? More your red wine, you can enjoy the cheese, even the mushroom. If you have gout, if you eat mushroom or asparagus, it's increase or account your gout. This formula, you ask me, who can benefit this? we designed this formula that anyone have a lot of activity, you do a lot of sport, even young kid at 8 to 10 years old, if you do a lot of sport, after school activity or weekend sport, someone do a lot of running, if someone do a lot of movement, repeated movement, there are a lot of career, you have to move a lot with your joint. For example, if you are a computer, you do a lot of typing, you have to move a lot of small fine joint. So this formula to help lubricate the joint. And also you need to replacing what you wear and tear process every day of the usage. So this formula we designed for you to take daily. You can take it daily to nourish the joint, but also to prevent. Also, if you have, unfortunately, you already had gout, it's also helping your gout. And then once this formula, when you take it, they have ingredients that to help the body, especially your kidney. It helps diuretic, it bring out the uric acid outside, so you can enjoy more of the food you usually love. And not only that, but one of my patients have, we call it a good side effect, they have kidney stone. And then this formula also helps as well because it's diuretic. So if you are active and then you above 40 years old, you got to take this formula because after 40, our joints start going through the process of wear and tear. So this is a perfect formula for pretty much everyone. I will recommend it for children and young at 8 years old and up. And anyone above 40, you have to have it. You have to take it at least 2 pills a day, and then you will enjoy more active lifestyle. How do you know this work? Usually my patient, if you are just a normal active person, you can take 2 pills a day. But if you have active gout, it's so painful, you can't move, you can take 4 pills a day. That means 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon after meal. Within 3 days, you will see the change. After 3 days, you can go back to a normal dose of 2 pills a day instead of 4. So you will take 4 pills a day when you had an active gout. So normally with my patient, after 3 days, the pain pretty much subdue. I would say at least 50% to 60%, and you can walk again. And after the 3rd day, you can go back with a normal dose of 2 pills a day. So this is a perfect formula for people who have history of arthritis, especially gout. And if you're not careful, a lot of pain, or especially gout formula out there, they put a lot of steroid. And my patient, after they took the formula, about people who making it have steroid inside. After 1 or 2 bottles, they become puff up. The face is round at the ball because the water retention. So be careful out there. You don't want to take formula that they have steroid inside or ingredient you don't know. Especially this Joy Gout Protect we make in USA. We know what inside. 100% of it, I do not put any steroid inside, so you won't see those side effects. So this is a perfect formula if you have active lifestyle.